Good morning and welcome to Maneuvering Through Change. Our neural pathways in our brains are all these made up superhighways for how our brain functions. And it functions at a speed faster than we can really understand. The interesting part of our brain is that if we see a change, our brain registers that as an error. It goes error. It registers in the same part of our brain as when an error happens. So when a change occurs, we start to get a little rewired. We get a little, we call it crazy time in the brain. The brain gets really confused. It mucks up our synapses and it makes it really hard for us to function, for us to be productive, and that ends up cutting down on our productivity at work, our safety numbers at work, etc. We actually have something called what's called neuroplasticity. It means that our brains have the ability to grow and evolve through change. But now we have to learn as leaders, how do we actually facilitate that? Our automatic negative thoughts is essentially this little primitive brain right here is made up of worries and fears and doubts. And when you go through change, what more could come up, right? Worries, fears, doubts, concerns. But we know these exist, and when we learn how to observe them and move past them, we're going to see that it gives us a lot more ability to move and maneuver through change with more ease. There's a good amount of people in the room. Can we get 3 automatic negative thoughts that we talked about? What are 3 ants we discussed? Yes.
It's never going to work.
It's never going to work. Anyone else ever heard that happen? How about 2 more?
We've already tried this before.
We've tried this
bazillion
before.
times.
Oh yeah, we've tried this before. And it probably then expands from there a billion times. 1 more. Yeah.
What we're doing is already working, so why should we change?
Yeah. Already works this way. Why are we going to change anyway? Our joy and fun because we learn faster. We actually build synapses faster by doing that. So we can cut down on that really long road work that happens. We always start and bring back the purpose, the why, what are we doing this for, what's the end goal of this. And we always bring that back. We talk about why it's important. So priming for trust is essentially us all recognizing that this little primitive brain is real. Like it is scientifically proven that we have a worry, fear, doubt, fight, flight, freeze brain. All is good. And that in order to be a great leader, in order to tackle a problem that's going on with something we're trying, in order to tackle interpersonal issues that are going on as a result of the change, whatever it is, that we have to overcome this hardwired part of our brain and get to a part that says, okay, how do I need to approach this as a leader? How do I need to show up? And that's what priming for success is. It's priming ourselves for what's needed. When we set intentional feedback loops, which is number 6, we talk about setting a time where we can really look at like what is not going well. When we have a time dedicated to what is not working well, we can talk about what's not working well through our prefrontal cortex, through the smartest part of our brain. The whole concept of this is that we remember in something like a sport to celebrate along the journey to, let's say, a victory or a win. Sometimes in work, we have a goal and we get to the goal, then we celebrate. But we forget there's a lot of path and journey to get to said goal. What I really want you to see is that our brains aren't exactly wired to accept change with just a lot of excitement. And so our ability to help ourselves get up on that balcony and see how do we need to approach this, what can we do to help them move along this change, and using some of those steps of those tools to say, okay, what would I do to facilitate this with more ease? That will help us move into this prefrontal cortex, get on that balcony, and really help the change maneuver forward and navigate forward with that more ease as we go.